Alright, hello and welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, we are going to be talking about Tyrese Haliburton. What's going on? You know, the Pacers are up 2-1 in the series so far. First round of playoffs, of course. But there's a lot of questions surrounding Tyrese Haliburton. Even just throughout the season, you know, there's been controversy, if you will. Just a lot of discussion, a lot of hot debates talking about if this guy's regressed, if he's just not what we all thought he was, kind of what is going on. I mean, you look at his stats just for the regular season, 18 points only for him is not good. 3 rebounds, he's never been a rebounder, 9.2 assists. Not a great year, and had an injury at the start of the year that was really kind of holding him back. I believe it was the hamstring, if I remember correctly. But anyway, just not ideal start to the beginning of the year. We go into these playoffs, Pacers have momentum. They're the 4 seed taking on the Bucks. And you'd think he's been playing out of his mind because they're up 2-1 even after the most recent loss. But we can go over his stats, and I gotta say, not pretty. Game 1 being a blowout. Tyrese's stats, 34 minutes, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, 10 points. For a role player, great game. For Tyrese Haliburton, no. And we can even look at his field goals. 3 for 13, 0 for 7 from 3, game 1. We can go to game 2. Let's go ahead and do that. And this is, statistically a better game, especially when you see the point number. You're like, oh, all right. 21 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds. Respectable. But you look at the shooting, 8 for 19, not bad. 3 for 10 from 3. All in all, though, if you watched game 2, it just felt like Tyrese wasn't as aggressive as he needed to be. Again, they did win the game, but it really feels like they're relying on Pascal to be that tone setter in the playoffs, you know, having the most experience out of everyone here. Hugely disappointing outing for Tyrese Haliburton in game 3. Hugely. And also, you know, I believe there's a quote down here. I gotta be better. I'll be better in game 4. Tyrese Haliburton after the game. Okay, so this is literally the second possession of the game for the Pacers, and this is kind of what you're seeing from Tyrese. It's a good play. It is definitively a good play. I mean, you're getting doubled here, but this right here is causing him to pass it out before he can collect an assist, or pass it out before he can get going offensively. They were kind of just attacking him, blitzing him at times, forcing the ball out of his hands before he can really play make. Now, again, it's the correct play. Nothing wrong with what he did. But this does limit his impact, right? Brook Lopez is right there. Gary Trent's right there. There's not really a lot you can do other than pass it out, which is what he did. But it happened a lot throughout the game, so it left him with blank possessions. Okay, tune into some defense here. If Tyrese is not doing well offensively, what do you got defensively? A whole lot of nothing. They're not going to put him on any of the key offensive players. They're going to put him on the less impactful offensive players. They obviously have better defenders, but not only that, the Bucks made a concerted effort to also kind of challenge them to use Tyrese to do more. In this specific possession, is Tyrese getting exploited? No, but he's just there. No impact will be felt by Tyrese. He's not shutting down anyone's best players. He's not disrupting anything. He's just there to make an individual effort, if you will. So, okay, another play here. Similar rub route. Let me go back a little bit. A little too far back, but it's a rub route. It's not a screen. You're basically just running by to force a switch. And with Tyrese, you kind of have to switch. If you don't, you're playing with fire a little bit. Here, they switch. Tyrese, though, stepping back. Boom. Tough shot. Makes it, but it's a tough shot. And this is where we constantly get into the discussion of, okay, is that sustainable throughout an entire game? No, it's not. It is not sustainable throughout the entire game. Both shots that we've seen him make so far, 6 of his first half points. Maybe he had 8 first half points. I'm pretty sure it was 6. But they're tough shots. They're not easy. What is someone supposed to do when they're not really able to get going in a way that is sustainable? If you're Anthony Edwards, you can switch up those tough shots with some drives to the rim, finishing at the rack. Tyrese hasn't really been able to do that, so it looks good in these specific plays, but the importance of showing these is when he's scoring, that's tough, dude. That is so tough. Play right here, pretty straightforward. Just a pass out to Ben Shepherd, I believe is his name. And this is a phenomenal part of Tyrese's game, right? He's going to facilitate. He did have, 12 assists today? Facilitating's 10 assists today. Facilitating, though, has never been the problem. It's that when you're a star, 7 points or whatever, 14 or whatever, how many points you had, 14, it's not enough. It's not enough in a game that could put away the Bucks. But still a great facilitator. Still has it. I mean, dude, look how much they're trying to neutralize Tyrese. Look at the defensive set here. We literally have Gary Trent on Obi Toppin right here, but he's also a helping piece because if Tyrese moves left, he can just jump off and get to Tyrese. Kevin can go to Obi Toppin. Or if Tyrese, for whatever reason, try to get a screen from Miles Turner comes over here for the screen, Tyrese goes left, you can have KPJ take over Nesmith and Kuzma help. This entire set is to neutralize Tyrese, but they're not respecting Shepherd, so Tyrese still finds the right guy. No look. It's the right play, but they're playing him tough. They're playing Tyrese extremely tough with these looks. Okay, another almost rub, not really, but almost. Nesmith running across, and he just sticks with it. Tyrese right here, attacking the rim. And this is what needs to happen, right? This is the key to Tyrese's success. It's the aggressiveness and willingness to just go. Have that urgency to say, I still need to get mine. I know the defense is trying to shut me out and making me take these tough shots. And this is a defensive breakdown one way or another. But you got to put them in a position to be in a blender. That's what you call it when, for example, this is just an example. Let's say Dame helps out, Tyrese passes it, then someone closes out on Shepherd, and then Shepherd passes it to the open guy. Basically, you're just having the defense scramble around to get in order where it's man on man instead of the 2-on-1. Now it's 0-1, and then it's all over the place. It's a blender. That's what it's about. So Tyrese though needs to make more of an effort to just get to the basket, even if you're not dunking like you are here. Maybe it's a floater, right? You got a strong floater game. And this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about here. So Tyrese does attack, makes the right play. Gary Trent is hustling back. He is obviously not in front. And Kuzma just steps in. It's not a real, let me get in there and try and stop you. It's a bluff. So he bluffs. Tyrese, this has got to be a floater. He's looking right. He's not even thinking about the basket. And there's a time where you have to say, okay, right now I got to get mine. Right now I got to pull it in the hole and I kind of just have to take over. And there's time to be a playmaker. This is one of those times where your team desperately needs a bucket because the Bucks are on a run, right? You go into the half, you're up 10, and now they're only up 3. So Bucks are on a run. This is the time where you get yours. That's what stars do. When it's time to answer, you pick up the phone and you answer. You don't say, hey, let me see if someone else wants to. Terrible. You can shoot that, Tyrese. This is a shot you can excel at. I get that Brook Lopez is right there, but if he right here makes up his mind and says, I'm gonna go score. So let me show you what I mean. As the play goes on right here, if he makes up his mind, he can say, okay, Brook Lopez is right there, and he's not gonna attack me because then I would blow by him. If he made up his mind, he'd say, once I get to this free throw line, I can float this in. I'm gonna score. But he's thinking past the whole way. Because look at this. This is an open lane. If you want to attack the rack, I get it. Brook Lopez is there. But his length isn't long enough to stop you right here. Right here. This spot. Floater. Just refuses. And dude, you're already past the free throw line. You still have space. Brook Lopez is 3 feet back. But just wanting to pass the ball. And that's the problem right now. It's the defense got to him to where they're saying, now we got you thinking that you have to make these passes because it's the right play. When in reality, it's almost like Tyrese was like, okay, they set the tone and he just followed suit. They laid the path. Tyrese just walked the path that they laid out for him. At that point, you kind of have to just say, nope, I got to go somewhere else. I'm going to create my own path. And he did not. He walked the path that the Bucks laid out for him because now he's in a pass first mode, which he's in often, don't get me wrong, but you can tell by the start of this game, based on how they were playing him, he became into this mindset of, okay, I got to let my teammates cook. Okay, so now there's 4 minutes to go in the game, 4:43, you're down 20, and Nembhard's looking for his shot, doesn't have it, back to Tyrese, and then finally this is the time you say, all right, let me go. It's too little too late. The aggression's got to be there, the urgency's got to be there, the want to have the takeover has got to be there. 4 for 9, by the way, from 3. He only took two 2-point shots. Inexcusable. Go get him, dude. Game before that took 10 threes, only took 9 2-point shots. Like, just go. Game before that, 7 threes, only took 6 2-point shots. Go, attack, draw some fouls, get to the line. You're a phenomenal free throw shooter. Just have a high level of aggression. Make the defense uncomfortable, make them work even more. Just not good enough today by Tyrese. Do I think he can turn it around? Honestly, for as much as I'm saying like all these things about, you know, he's got to turn it on and all that stuff, he has the talent, he has the skill set. It's just a mindset of saying, okay, if that's how they're gonna play me, that's fine, but I have to be willing to play through some things. You shouldn't just say, oh, take what the defense gives you every time. Yes, is it smart to take what the defense gives you? Of course. But it's the playoffs, and not every play you need to take what the defense gives you. Sometimes you have to force the defense to make a mistake. Sometimes you just have to be better than the contested shot. The best offense in the world always beats the best defense in the world. It's how the NBA has always worked. It's why you have so much ISO ball. The best offense always beats the best defense in the NBA. It's just what it is. It's why defensive players like Evan Mobley, if you put Evan Mobley on KD, you expect KD to get a bucket still. If you put Evan Mobley on Giannis, you still expect Giannis to do work. You still expect all those offensive players of all caliber to do work. You put Evan Mobley on Steph, you expect Steph to do work. It doesn't matter if you're the defensive player of the year on you. You expect the best offensive players to do work. And Tyrese has got to just go. He's just got to go and have that mindset, have that urgency. Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I do think the Pacers, even after witnessing Game 3, will win the series. They are up 2-1, of course, but my original prediction was also the Pacers. But just seeing the games more, it really feels like they have another level to hit the Pacers. So once Tyrese gets it going, which I do think he will at some point, he will have to turn it on. They'll figure it out. As always, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, subscribe. It goes a long way to helping the channel. This is Haliburton. We've been different. And we out.